All right, court is calling 2025 CR 007780W, State versus Alexis Rodriguez. Could I have parties announced?
Duffy Pitlock for the state of Texas, Your Honor.
Charles Bunt for Ms. Rodriguez.
And are you Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Bunk, you were recently appointed on this case. By recent, I mean today.
Yes,
Are you waiving your notice, your 10
Yes.
days?
we are prepared. I've had a chance to review the state's file in its entirety. I'm comfortable that I'm familiar with the discovery and reviewed that with my client as well. So we're ready to proceed today.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the waiver of indictment reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to have a grand jury receive the evidence in this case and make a determination on whether or not to hold you over for trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that your attorney has certain rights that are associated with your due process? Namely, once the information is presented to them, 2 days is allowed to pass, and then they have 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment and waived reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Defense, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
Yes, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand it? Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
We did.
And state, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Rodriguez, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged by information with possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand? If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand? You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses. The state would call in the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you were giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Do.
Ms. Rodriguez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea? Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. There's a $60 restitution to be paid to the Bexar County Laboratory for testing, a TAP evaluation, follow the recommendations of the TAP evaluation, random drug testing, and the drug education course. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense is at the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State is at the plea?
Yes, it is, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places? Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 4 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State, any evidence?
State offers at this time State's Exhibit 1 to include all attachments, Your Honor.
No objection.
All right, state, you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. And the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, we believe she's worthy of the plea bargain. We ask you to follow it. The offense date is 2023 and it was still, we pled down a waiver plea, so she's been waiting quite a while. The court ordered her the 60 support meetings, which she did. I know the violation report indicates that she did not, but she showed me proof on her phone that she in fact did do the 60. So she's off to a good start. Now she's ready to put this behind her. She has a good job and the support of her family.
Okay, and I know that you were appointed this morning,
Yeah.
but she said she was gonna be positive, so we still have some work to
Well, we
do.
got work to do, but
Yeah. So, Mr.
trending,
Yes, hopefully in the right direction.
absolutely.
Who is Joshua Chavez?
He is my brother.
All right, and who is Roy Medrano?
He is a friend, well, he was a friend of ours at that time.
And who takes care of your children?
I do.
And how many children do you have? And what are their ages?
My son is 2 and my daughter will be 1 July 4th.
And who's with them right now?
My brother.
I don't know what's gonna happen with the world. The world is in a precarious state. Because when you think about it, your brother's doing marijuana and drugs, you're doing marijuana and drugs, and you just left your children.
Oh, I have multiple brothers. That
So
one-
is it Joshua Chavez?
No, they're not with Joshua Chavez. They're with Matthew Gonzalez, my oldest.
All right. And has he ever used drugs?
No,
Where are your parents?
they're both at work.
And why are you doing drugs and you have children?
I don't know, go through a lot, so it's just. Leave.
All right. So, and the reason why I ask these questions is I ask these questions because I want you to start thinking about things. And you need to start thinking about what positions you're putting your children in. When children are that age, or really at any age, their brain is developing. And when you're using marijuana around them, using drugs around them, and I know it stinks. And you know how I know it stinks? Because we had a case in this court where they kept bringing drugs out and I kept getting headaches from the drugs. And then driving in this vehicle, you had somebody who thought that dousing themselves in cologne would make everything smell better. And you know what it ends up being? Have you ever had someone who never took a bath and they just doused themselves in cologne? You know what it smells like? Somebody who's never taken a bath and they're just dousing themselves in cologne. And you're having your children around that and having your children around people who they shouldn't be around. I don't know why Child Protective Services is not in your life. I have no control
I
on.
didn't have children at the time of the offense.
So you decided to go forth
She's
and procreate, even though you haven't got your life together.
Basically, yes, ma'am.
So what do you do for a living?
I work at HEB.
Doing what?
I'm a stalker, a overnight stalker.
Okay. And when you're stalking, who's watching your children?
My parents. At that time, they don't work.
Okay. So it would probably be best, unless your parents are in agreement with you using drugs, it's probably best for your children to stay at your parents' house, for you to pay child support or at least drop diapers or provide financially for your children until you get your life together. Because when people are using drugs, they don't make good decisions. And when they don't make good decisions, people end up getting hurt, whether it's intentional or unintentional. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 4 years deferred adjudication. We'll do a referral to felony drug court. TAP evaluation. Follow all recommendations. Proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. No unsupervised contact with minors and counsel. Once she provides the courts with clean UAs, at least 2 clean UAs, the court will reconsider the no unsupervised contact.
Yes, Judge.
Field visits 1 time per month until further notice. 100 hours of community supervision. I'm sorry, community service restitution. How far did you go in school?
I did 2 years in college.
All right, so what is your dream job?
The RN.
I'm sorry?
RN.
All right, so here's the problem. Now, it could still happen, but people will not trust you as an RN
Mhm.
because you're around meds and you have this drug case. So let's say, I mean, it still could happen, but let's say that falls through. What is your dream job? Other than that. Think on it, okay? You should be able to answer that question. Where do you see your future? So I'm going to order the 100 hours community service restitution. That will be deemed satisfied if you complete some sort of higher level education or obtain a trade school certification. There's going to be regular random UAs, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, $60 restitution to Bear County lab for testing. Is there anything else, probation?
No.
Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful? State, she does have a warrant. Defense, what do you want
We're
done?
gonna ask you to recall the warrants.
State will not object.
All right, and I'll ask that the warrant be recalled. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendants' Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? And I'm sorry, but Sean, add parenting classes as well. All right. Charles, I'm adding parenting classes because I think that's good for her. All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? We can go off the record. Do not miss any of these appointments. You're going to have an appointment with probation. You're going to have an appointment with felony drug court, and you're going to have a TAP evaluation appointment. Those, they usually give you on separate dates. If there's some confusion, you need to pick up the phone, call probation and say, hey, I'm a little bit confused. Have I already done this, or is there another date for me? Because if you miss those dates, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to get a motion to revoke filed, and I'm going to sign it if it's in order, and then it's going to be addressed later. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know. If you're clean and you feel like you're going to use, call probation and say, I feel like I'm going to use. Guess what? They're going to try to get help for you. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
And don't ever tell somebody, I'm sleepy, you've had drugs. You know what I mean? That's not good.
I had drugs.
You know, that's
I
why
just
you
said I
were
was
sleeping.
tired.
You were
It's
tired
cold
from the
in here.
drugs.
It's cold in here. Your
Nobody
eyes-
goes to sleep when it's cold.
Yeah.
She worked overnight, Judge.
Nobody goes to sleep when it's cold.
She worked
Charles.
overnight. I'm just saying she worked overnight. That's why she was tired.
Mhm. All right, good luck to you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank
Bond.
you, Judge.
Does he have any other pending cases?
There is a misdemeanor, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. The court is calling 2024 CR 2831, State versus Brandon Edward Diaz. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Martin Guerra, attorney for Brandon Edward Diaz.
And are you Mr. Diaz?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Brandon Edward Diaz who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2024 CR 2831 for the offense of endangering a child criminal negligence on August 14, 2024 for a period of 3 years?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violation of condition number 1. On or about the 4th day of May, 2025 in Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Brandon Edward Diaz, committed the offense of reckless driving in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor. That is to deny the motion, alter and amend his conditions on this probation to add defensive driving program and MRT.
All right, he's already been given defensive driving.
Your Honor, he actually did an aggressive driving course. He did that prior to even being placed on probation.
Okay. Well, obviously it's not working. You want to raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that testimony you give will be the truth or nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Brandon Edward Diaz.
All right, so first things first, let's just get it out of the way. Do you want to go to the state jail facility for 2 years?
No, no,
Then why do you keep doing silly things?
there's no excuse. I made a poor choice and I promise I'll never make a poor choice.
Why are you making a poor choice?
I wasn't thinking and I don't know if it has to do with decisions that I'm making, but I really can't make an excuse for this.
And how old are you?
I am 26, Your Honor.
And obviously you have a child.
Yes, Your Honor.
Was the child in the vehicle at the time?
No,
And how old is your child?
child is 5. He's gonna be 6 in March of next year.
All right, if you go to the state jail facility for 2 years, your child will be 8 when you're released. Is that what you want?
No, Your Honor.
So how did you get to court today?
Actually, my girlfriend dropped me off.
All right, then your girlfriend is going to be doing a lot of dropping off because as punishment for this, you're not going to be allowed to drive.
Yes,
And I'm going to deny the motion, alter and amend conditions to include the MRT. And there's to be no driving for 4 months
Yes, Your Honor.
in the defensive driving course. Is there anything else?
That was it, Your Honor.
Anything else, state?
Nothing from the state.
All right, you better start making better decisions. Otherwise, your child potentially could be 8 by the time they see you again. All right. On this case, Ms. Abrams, it's a true to number 1. Deny alternate amend conditions to include MRT, no driving for 4 months, and the defensive driving course. All right, thank you.
Your Honor.